We're a target here in San Diego. We're well prepared as a fire department. Our law enforcement agencies are well prepared, but we live in a unique part of the country that is exposed to threats both man-made and natural. We have 34 million visitors here to the city of San Diego. We have an international border. It's the largest international border in the world. We have military installations throughout the region. You know, because of where San Diego is geographically situated, we're exposed to significant threats, primarily from wildland fire danger. We don't get any help from the west when we need mutual aid support. We don't get any help from the south. We don't get much help from the east, so we've had to fend for ourselves many times up to 48, 72 hours. But just the day-to-day operations within the city are quite challenging because of the geography.
The 2003 Cedar Fire was a real catalyst for change.
The Cedar Fire was a watershed moment within our department and the county. The Cedar Fire at that time, and still is, the largest fire in California history. Burned over 280,000 acres, and over 2,000 structures, and claimed 15 lives.
It was an awakening, if you will, where so many agencies, certainly San Diego Fire and Rescue, felt an explosion in complexity, in accountability, and the resources are flatlining. The outdated, hierarchical, centralized command and control model fails in large, complex, chaotic events. It just can't keep up.
What we're trying to do is align ourselves with a framework called mission-driven culture. Mission-driven culture uses intent, principle-based, operational concepts that are really originated with the military.
Mission-driven culture uses a framework of decentralized decision-making that's guided by leaders' intent. So senior leaders communicate the task, purpose, and end state of an assignment, provide the resources, but delegate the how, the planning, and the execution of that assignment down to first-line leaders and operators.
The mission-driven culture is critical for special operations. All of our personnel and operators work extensively with other agencies, other entities that work within and outside of the city. So having a clear focus on the mission and yet the flexibility procedurally to operate in a variety of environments and very dynamic and challenging specialized situations, it was almost invented for their type of operation.
Mission-driven culture really starts with the fundamental question of why are we doing the things that we're doing? What's the purpose of us being here? Of protecting lives, protecting property, and taking care of the people here in San Diego.
The idea of the incident management team started after the Cedar Fire in 2003. We're 22 different agencies that are working as one, working with the same goals and same objectives. During the 2016 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, the San Diego Fire Department and San Diego Police Department were in unified command, managing all the events surrounding the All-Star Game for a week. We had a unified command post between the fire and police department. So the unified command post really contributed to the effective management and response to incidents within the All-Star Game events.
I think mission-driven culture makes people safer. When operators and leaders are making more effective decisions in these dynamic, chaotic conditions, it's going to result in a lower loss of property, life.
All of our firefighters have recently been put through the International Association of Firefighters Fireground Survival Training. All of our firefighters have experienced and are now trained in the modern fireground, transitional attack, some of those things that we've learned now as a result of the science behind how fires are burning in this modern environment. We're also focusing on our leadership development program. I believe the fire service is evolving, and that's a good thing. It's important that, as a force multiplier, this culture, when down at the firefighter level, allows them to operate in these periods of ambiguity and chaos in ways that we haven't seen in the past. It's just a natural progression, for the fire service.